So basically the way that I started my YouTube channel was completely on a whim. I was always that girl in high school that was overly obsessed with everything beauty, especially makeup. There were days that I went to school and believe it or not, I was really made fun of because I was that girl with the crazy blue eyeshadow and the red lipstick and the overdone blush and contour before it was even a thing. And I would be made fun of a lot. None of my friends were really into makeup at all, and I kind of just didn't feel like I had anyone to connect to. I was just very different, I want to say. So I discovered YouTube basically on a whim one day, just searching makeup. And I used to be a part of a website called Makeup Alley, and basically what it is, it's just reviews and makeup discussion boards, and that is where I would feel like I could relate to people. So I used to post a lot of faces of the days is what it's called, and basically you took a picture, you took a selfie of your face and you posted it, and everyone would just comment or give advice, or pretty much just, it was a message board about makeup. And then it got to the point where I was posting a lot because I felt like I could really relate to the other women there. And they started talking about YouTube and how some of them did YouTube videos and how I should get into it. And that is basically how I found the whole YouTube community. I started becoming obsessed with the YouTube community. I remember watching Candy Johnson a lot, and I just loved her spirit and her personality, and she was so uplifting and beautiful inside and out. I became so addicted to her channel, and then I actually got my own laptop as a gift for Christmas, and I really felt inspired to come out with videos on my own. So I remember the first video that I ever came out with was my top 5 hair products at the time, and from there on I was just addicted to rolling videos out. I believe I did a lot of my top something products in the beginning, my top 5 hair products, my top 5 makeup products, high-end, lower-end, drugstore makeup, and then I got a little bit more comfortable with showing my face without makeup and doing tutorials, and I just loved the feedback. I had a sense of being. I just loved the feedback from people, and the more I came out with, the better responses that I got, and in return I just wanted to do it more and more. Okay, so how I transitioned into doing YouTube full-time and what are the ups and downs of that. So to answer the first half of that question, I did YouTube for about a full year before I even considered going into it full-time, and then a year and a half in is when I actually made that transition and left my current job to fully dedicate myself to YouTube. And basically, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I had tried so many jobs that I just did not feel like this is something that I could picture myself doing for years and years. YouTube was definitely a hobby in the beginning, something that I had no idea that I could ever make money off of, and it was something that I did for fun. It then turned into something that I could do for fun and also make money off of at the same time. So I kind of just had an epiphany that if I could make this much off of YouTube and I'm really only doing it part-time, I was coming out with maybe 1 video every other week. I didn't have that much dedication to it, but I still was seeing an income. So I told myself, okay, if I quit my job, all the jobs that I have, and I just fully dedicated myself to YouTube, how much money could I actually make from this? And it was a huge chance that I took. I remember feeling so nervous when I actually took that step to quit my job, because that was the income that I was very used to generating. And I told myself that I was going to give myself 1 summer to fully dedicate myself to YouTube 100% as a full-time job and see if I could really support myself off of it. And I told myself, if you're gonna quit a 9-to-5 job Monday through Friday, you're gonna dedicate that Monday through Friday 9-to-5 to YouTube. And that's exactly what I did. I came out with almost a new video every single day. Then it kind of developed into a new video every other day, because I kind of really came to my senses that it's more about quality rather than quantity. In the beginning, I felt like I just wanted to put as many videos out there, and I really overwhelmed myself and I started skimping on the quality of my videos. So then I slowed it down to a new video every other day. And when I tell you guys that it took 9-to-5 Monday through Friday in order to do that, 100% it at least took that amount of time. Now I'm at the point where my job, YouTube, is pretty much a 7-day-a-week job. There is not one day that passes in my life that I do not do something YouTube related, whether it is filming, editing, Skyping with different companies, signing different contracts, planning videos, dealing with social media, emailing, I mean, all over the place. It really doesn't sound like that much, but when you're only one person and you have such an insane schedule for your channel, it really does kind of take over your life. But at the same time, I can't really be mad about it, because I tell myself, would you rather be in an office right now working for someone else or being your own boss? So you have to be very self-motivated, very dedicated to what you do, very strict with your schedule, and that's exactly how I transitioned into making YouTube a full-time job for me. And it was only gonna be a trial for the summer. I saw the type of income that I was able to generate, and it was more than what I had made at any of my other jobs. So that's when I decided, okay, I'm gonna stick with YouTube full-time, and I've been doing YouTube full-time for, I believe, oh my gosh, I wanna say almost 4 years now, and it has been absolutely amazing. Now, as far as the ups and downs go, there really is not that many downs, and the ups are pretty obvious. I get to make my own schedule. I don't have anyone to answer to. I'm my own boss. I can make my schedule if there's a birthday or a vacation or an important day that I need to have off. I am fully in control of that, and sometimes I will stockpile videos just to prepare in advance. Later on in my life, when I'm busy with kids, I don't ever have to worry about putting them in a daycare. It's just amazing the flexibility that I have in my own schedule, and I never take it for granted. As far as the downs, I would say the biggest down is that it's such a solitary job. There are days where I go 6, 7, 8, 9 hours working here in my bedroom by myself, and I do not speak to not even one person. Any of the interaction that I do have, work-related interaction, is either one, when I'm collaborating with people, which definitely helps break up the monotony of having nobody to speak to, and when I do Skype calls and phone calls with different companies, or else over email. Other than that, I have no coworkers, I have no one to speak to throughout the day, and for so many hours I don't have any human interaction. So it does get very, very lonely, I won't lie to you guys. At the end of my workday, all I want to do is leave my house and go out and interact with people, because all I've been seeing is a camera or a computer screen, and it gets very lonely. That's pretty much the only down that I can think of. It's a very lonely, solitary job, but the pros outweigh the cons any day. Tips for growth and success. Now, I don't mean to plug myself here in any way, but I can talk about this subject for so long that I actually do have a video on it, on how I grew my channel and a lot of things that I've learned along the way. One I have already mentioned, which is quality over quantity. I feel like if you really dedicate yourself to producing a really good video and getting a lot of views on that and advertising that video, it's gonna go a lot further than if you just put out a lot of type of videos that aren't gonna really get you anywhere. So I definitely, number one, would say quality over quantity. Number two, I think, is something that anyone would say, just be yourself. Don't try to model any other type of YouTuber, even if it's someone that you look up to. For example, I look up to Candy Johnson like crazy, but I'm not gonna try to emulate her in any way, because that's something that your subscribers can really see through. Also, I noticed that my channel started growing a lot more when I started relaxing a lot more in front of the camera. In the beginning, if you go back to like my very first, I wanna say, I have about 500 videos now on YouTube, so I'm gonna say maybe the first 100 videos that I had, which is sad. I don't even wanna admit it, that the first 100 videos are videos that were not really my best, because I feel like in the beginning I felt that I had to be so professional and well-spoken, and I cut out any slip-ups that I had or any bloopers. I just sounded very scripted and different than I did in everyday life. And now in my videos, I'm exactly how I am in person. If I run into any subscribers in person, they know that that's the same girl that you're gonna see on screen. I'm dopey, I stutter, I slip up a lot, you know, I'm all over the place, and that's my true personality. And I feel like once you really relax in front of the camera and you're just your true self, that really comes across on the screen. I would also say collaborating, getting yourself out there, taking advantage of social media and really connecting with your viewers goes an extremely long way. Still to this day, if I get hundreds and hundreds of comments on my videos, I still dedicate time to sit there and write back to as many as possible. I feel like it's so important to not let any of it go to your head and really stay grounded and connected with your viewers, because at the end of the day, if they were not not viewing your videos, you wouldn't be making anything from them. So I feel like it's very important to give back. Anytime that I have milestones, I like to have big giveaways. And what I always tell my viewers is that if you take the time out of your day to write to me, I try my absolute hardest to write back to each and every single one. I feel if you follow each and every single one of those tips, you will be well on your way to having an amazing YouTube channel.